All right, speaking of music, I want to do
cuts.
one segment before we bring Kumail out, and then have an open a potpourri. I call it a Kumail bag.
Kumail bag's not bad.
That implies correspondence, though.
Yeah, it's like
I said to him, he texted me that he was going to make the show, and I said, "Cool!" exclamation point, and then 2 spaces, and then parentheses, mail. And then he wrote back an hour later.
How about you've got?
I don't understand that. That doesn't sound anything like my name, and it's spelled differently.
What about you've got Kumail? No.
Okay.
That doesn't.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But first,
I'm gonna think of 90 worse versions of that.
Here's a segment I call Dan Nitpicks song lyrics. I like to listen to music and sometimes nitpick the lyrics, nitpick the lyrics, nitpicking the lyrics. If these were the lyrics to a song, I'd say they were repetitive.
See,
even I'm not immune. I don't give myself a pass. So this is where I hold other musicians to the fire, including their feet.
I mean, I frequently nitpick on lyrics. I think you and I have both sat around a drink and talked about, Billy Joel's tonic and gin. Come on.
So that's the thing. When you're chasing a rhyme, you don't have to rhyme. Anyways. So all right. So here's this song. It's called The Highwayman by the Highwaymen. The Highwaymen, the supergroup, the country western supergroup. Waylon
Chris
Jennings.
Christopherson, Waylon
Chris
Jennings,
Christopherson.
Willie Nelson.
We would say all 4 names differently. Let's do it. Waylon
Toby
Jennings. Chris Christopherson. Johnny Cash.
Tammy Wynette.
It's Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, and Willie Nelson.
Nice.
The Chris Christopherson, I think I'm gonna guess if he's the one who's taking the verse. I think he is, because I think I recognize everyone else's voice. I think he showed up to this song pretty drunk.
Is that when who goes? Johnny Cash goes to space, right?
Yeah. So this song's called The Highwayman, and it's a country western supergroup, and they each take a verse. And this is the frustrating thing about these lyrics is how I get on board, and I'll walk you through me getting on board. Willie Nelson starts and says, "I was a highwayman, along the coast roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side." That's pretty cool.
That's good. We're off and running at that point. Yeah. Oh, I'll keep it down if you like. You're on your own for the rest of this highway.
Oh, no. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. It's code, but it's good. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. Cool. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25. I don't know what century you're talking about. That 1925 is when we started hanging the people that ran around the highway with swords.
I feel like I'm gonna go 17 or 18.
Yeah, I think it was just like, but he had to rhyme. But I am still alive. Okay, so fine, good. I'm on board because it sounds like it's about a ghost of a highwayman,
or a timeless character that lives through time.
Well, you're way ahead of everything. It sounds like a ghost from that. It doesn't sound like a timeless character who lives through everything.
For me, it does because I've read literature.
No, it's one verse of a song.
I was killed in 25, but I'm still alive.
It's a ghost. He's got unfinished business. That's all it is. It's just a ghost.
A ghost doesn't say I'm still alive. A ghost says I'm not alive. I'm a ghost. Woo!
No, that's a ghost on a cereal box. I'm a ghost and I love blueberries.
Okay. All right, look. I heard this song 19 million times. I might be ahead of the curve on this song. I'm sorry.
If ghosts say I'm a ghost, woo, Ghost with Patrick Swayze would have been a terrible, terrible movie. He would have woken up after getting shot, and he would have gone, I'm a ghost, woo. And then he never would have met Whoopi Goldberg.
None of the ghosts and poltergeists said, I'm alive still, I'm a regular person. They knew what they were fucking getting away with.
All right. Second verse. So here's where Chris Christopherson comes in. When you listen to the song, you'll hear he's in his cups, as Jeffy would say. He's a little drunk. I was a sailor. I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft and furled the mainsail in a blow. Chunky. And
blow?
When
the
yards broke off, they said that I got killed, but I am living still. Okay, so now, as Jeff spoiled, we're talking about a timeless figure here. Or is it a series of ghosts stepping forward and saying, "Here's what I was doing." A tip of my cap, my sailor cap, and then the
Ghosts Anonymous.
And then so I'm assuming this is Waylon Jennings who comes in. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around. I'll always be around and around and around and around. They all come in. Okay, so I'm like, this song's great. I love this. And then Johnny Cash comes in and goes, I fly a starship. This was the late 70s, early 80s. If you didn't have a spaceship and a quarter of your shit, you were off the air. So take it easy on them. Okay. But it's and then like one of them comes in with a guitar that kind of sounds like a laser.
Dan, without ruining what you want to get through here, can I stop and can I freeze frame the first time you heard this? Is that recently or is that a while back?
I heard this a while back, but I like the song that I've heard. I was listening to it again recently, and then my problem lyric is coming up right at the end.
Right. So at the first time I heard the song, I heard the song a bunch of times and never really paid attention to the lyrics, as you often do. Like you hear a song a million times, and go, oh, I never knew what that song was actually saying. And this one, the first time I realized that Johnny Cash goes to space, that moment was awesome.
Yeah.
Then
this is before Cloud Atlas, by the way. This song. I was Tom Hanks. I was a caveman after the war, with Holly Berry in my door. A future rich lady with cures to my disease. I talked her into easing my sick son's disease. And when she explained to me that the human race was a joke, I was still Tom Hanks. All right. I'll always be Tom Hanks, and a Hanks, and a Hanks, and a Hanks, and a Hanks. All right, so anyways, I fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again. Oh, shit. Awesome. Awesome. This is the peak of... I'm like, holy shit, he stitched it all together. He's the same guy. He's in a starship. He's thinking about being a fucking highwayman. Or I may simply be a single drop of rain. But I will remain.
Pick a team.
I'll be back again and again and again and again. Yeah. I mean, they weave this macho like Cloud Atlas of these guys. Like one guy, what's the difference between a dam builder and a highwayman and a future truck driver in space? Like we're all old white men. And there's a spiritual connection that unites us all. But it's like, but I may be a drop of rain. Well, me too. A drop of rain? Who wants to be a drop of? That's dumb.
Yeah.
A drop of. I may be.
It occurs to me, I've never noticed that lyric. That is a very disappointing lyric.
He ruined it, because why is the guy in the starship going like, who's he talking to? What? Like he's going like, I fly a starship. Well, look out for that asteroid. I got this weird feeling I was a highwayman in a past life, so when I die, I'll probably come back as a highwayman. But fuck it, it may be just general Buddhist shit.
I mean, the spaceman is the most, because you're seeing stars and fucking planets and shit. If you're ever a drop of rain, it's when you're flying through space.
Or is he saying that?
No, there's no rain in space.
No, but I mean, he's
rain in space falls.
He's only a drop of rain. He's so minuscule, and even in comparison to the whole of rain.
Okay, you're saying how infinitesimally small is my existence?
He's a soul. He's like a cycle of souls in a cycle of a rain of souls. That keeps going like it's like the water. You know, like. It's kind of cool.
And he's also saying that I may come back again. Yeah, exactly. If I come back again and keep doing this, then
it will either be as one of these people, a human being, or a drop of water.
Well, I don't know. It's like metaphorical. It's
he also says
the soul cycle is like rain, and he's like just part of all of these souls and these internal cycles, talking about how they used to be highwaymen.
But if he's going to use a metaphor, then the whole song should be called "Drops of Rain,"
then
it should be like one drop of rain I was called a highwayman. Here's another example of a kind of rain I was. I was a drop of rain named Ralph from Colorado. I slipped ironically on real rain and fell below. These are all lives and they're as pointless as the rain, but each drop will remain until it evaporates again and again and again.
But he does say, he said, I go across the universe divide, and when I get to the other side, that implies like when he's dead, right? When I actually go to whatever the afterlife for a possibly a cyclic, like karmic traveler goes to, maybe I find out, maybe I'm nothing, maybe that was all pointless, maybe I'm just one of these stars in this endless space that we look at, like Spencer said.
I think it's cool. I thought it was dumb until it got resolved, where he'd still remain, and it'll be like, oh, it's a metaphor.
I don't like when people say rain and rhyme again and again, because first it was Highwaymen and again. It was they said again like we say again. You didn't get to change again.
I like that all the guys are. It's a human song. It's not a song about the fucking cosmology. It's about four different like little shapes of loner, you know. It's like what, just because you're born in a time when a man with integrity didn't even have the option of being a cattle rustler or a highwayman, you know, doesn't mean that while you're welding a rivet on a dam while you're built, you know, something as silly, you know, it's like I'm not a cowboy, I'm not a spaceman when I'm welding this dam, but it's like, you know, it's four different guys going like, I was a country western archetype, and then I died, but I didn't die because they're all me, and it's important to me that guy be like a guy with you know, it's a guy. It's about a guy's relationship with the cosmos, not about mapping the cosmos itself and going like,
you couldn't
see
die
those ants down there. One of those ants could be me, and the grains of sand upon the beach.
Why not that? Why
because that's a different song. That's like something you'd hear in an incense store. Like that's not something you listen to when you're drinking a glass of scotch and you're like, yeah, my dad was a fucking spaceman, and I'm gonna.
So are you upset that this song isn't country enough for you? That it goes into the hippie, cosmological, metaphysical at the very end?
I don't like going from when I get to the other side, which is like Tolkien-esque, like the elves going across. There's like I'm a person, I
thought you didn't like Tolkien.
I don't like Tolkien. All right,
I don't like those elves, man.
All right, so that's enough.
How do you just turn off your mortality by going on a fucking boat? What the shit is that? Thanks, Steve.
Well, now what we're finding out is you'd like it if as they got right off the shore, they all turned into rain.
Well, I'm just if I was observing my life over millennia, cycling, I might have the thought that shit, maybe millions of other people are doing the same thing, and that's also kind of interesting.
Yes.
But only worth a passing mention.
I will agree, Dan, that I don't think that the song Highwayman succeeds in doing what it tries to. It fumbles on the goal line a little bit of the goal line they're trying to cross. It's like, this is a giant metaphysical like thing going on here. Like, I get what they're going for, but it doesn't quite succeed in either way.
Well, that's been you, Highwayman lyrics. You've been nitpicked. It's a good song, though.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Hello. Is Alan Wu coming or what?
Yeah,
Alan
man.
Wu is directing Harmon Quest.
And he's not here.
Yeah.
People at home who aren't watching video, there's a seat very ostentatiously reserved in the front row that says "Reserved Alan Wu" on it. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, but
I
It's
like.
the only empty seat here, and it's the one guy here that's directing Harmon Quest.
Maybe he's running around the back of this house holding up his fingers like the camera frame thing. Like he's you know.
Dan, can I say something? I'm with you on that song. You guys are working too hard to make sense of something.
It makes sense.
I wrote down this quote you said.
Okay.
Spencer.
First off, Camille, I didn't say it made sense. I'm saying like I come down on the side. I get where they're going. I don't think they nail it.
Well, I think
Dan's right in saying if they just stuck to a song about there's the archetype of the loner that goes on through time, and that will always be as we go on through the cosmos. I think they could have done either or and made it better.
Well, I think this is what Spencer said.
What did I say?
Spencer said, if you're ever a drop of rain, it's when you're flying through space, and everyone here nodded like, yeah, that's true, Spencer. I think it's funny that it's Johnny Cash's. They all clearly wrote their own verses, and then they're like, I'm going to be a dam builder. I'm going to be a boatman. And Johnny Cash is like, I'm going to drive a spaceship.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know, because
if I had my guess, this is totally a guess, and we will verify this later on. I'll look it up later. My guess is that Kristofferson wrote the whole thing, or one other person.
It seems to me so different that because he's the biggest star, Johnny Cash. I bet they had a meeting where they're like, well, we gotta have Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
If he's gonna be a spaceman, we'll put him at the end. Hopefully, people have stopped paying attention to the lyrics by then.
But they were all collaborators through so much of their careers. It was.
Yeah, and I will also interject there that at this particular point in time, Willie Nelson could have been like the big gun. It depends from year to year. Like Johnny Cash went through a heavy period of time where he was like sort of it's like the way we thought about Roy Orbison and when the Traveling Wilburys have is like, well, there's Roy Orbison. But anyways,
then Johnny Cash got co-opted by hipsters. He's like the hipster.
Right, that was much later.
That was recently.
God damn it, fucking damn it, I was
Raindrop.
Raindrop at the rhyme scheme is actually pretty sophisticated. So it's like I don't know if you gave them each a verse, I don't know. It's weird. The sailor one is kind of fucking a mouthful. I hurl the furling for the bird blow.
That sounds like Chris Christopherson.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was like an MC thing where they came in with it written on their hand and they're like, I was a plumber, and everyone's like, oh fuck, did he not? This is supposed to be an epic song. I plunged the shit out of the crap.
The shit out of the crap.
I sorted it upon my lap. I found the peanuts, distinguished turds from diarrhea.
And then they were like, well, we got to put someone in a spaceship to balance this out.
Yeah.
I do remember like probably in my either teens or 20s being disappointed when they changed again to again. Yeah. And I hate when songs make it again.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Or when they backwards sing, we talked about too. When they put they do Yoda speak just to make the rhyme work.
Oh, that's the worst. Look, what's a good example of that? When somebody's and
my love you will have.
You're right. Yeah. When
tonic and gin. Yeah.
Tonic and gin.
Yeah.
Fucking.
My love you will have.